I started playing American football when I was 5 years old. Back then, I never expected that I would grow up to become a yoga teacher, to travel and really just live an unconventional life path, off the common, conventional or traditional path that you see. But that's exactly who I've become, and this is my story. At 5 years old, I decided that I wanted to try out for the football team. But little did I know how much that decision would change my life over the next 15 years and really steer me in directions that I had no idea. It took me to different states, different teams. I met so many different people, and naturally I wanted to play in the NFL when I grew up. But when my high school career was coming to an end and there were no scholarship offers on the table, I fell into depression. I had no hope, no direction in life, no vision or idea of what I wanted to do if I wasn't playing football. And so I became hopeless, and I saw other people around me walking the traditional path of going to school, getting a job, working until you're tired and old, and retiring just to do nothing. And I just thought it never made sense to me. And I know a lot of people feel this way nowadays, but that was something it filled me with no hope. I was very hopeless, and I thought that was the path that I had to take, that I really didn't want to take it. But at the last minute, a scholarship offer came through, and I got the opportunity to travel to a new state and play football on a scholarship. But after 2 years, that program got shut down, and I was back at square one. Looking back now, I can see clearly that my self-worth was attached to how I played football and performed on the field. But back then, it was a little bit more blurry. But after football got taken away from me that second time, I was a totally different person. I had begun reading, meditating, practicing yoga, and I kind of caught glimpses of how good life could be without football, or how I could walk this path without football and still live a very fulfilling life. And years passed, life happened, my perspective changed, and I kind of accepted the idea that maybe I wouldn't play football again, and maybe that wasn't my path. And oddly enough, right when that happened is exactly when I got the email. A scholarship offer to travel across the country and play football once again. This time, I wasn't really certain about whether it was something that I really wanted. I actually began to question if football was really aligned with my purpose and my goals of who I really wanted to be. But I always thought that it was my dream, and I thought that if I didn't do it, I'd be giving up on my dreams. And so I went. And I dropped everything. I drove across the country for one last ride, but it did not go how I expected. Football can really be ruled by politics and the dictatorship of coaches, and right away I could tell that this was a program that did not have a good culture. It was very negative in nature, and just being in that environment was draining to my soul. And I still gave it my all, but I slowly began to question if that was what I really wanted. If I had outgrown the sport that I once loved, that just filled me with so much passion. The season came to an end, and I had a decision to make. Do I stay in an environment filled with hate and discontent and just so much negativity, an environment that I knew wasn't fulfilling me, or do I take a risk? You see, in the past year, I stumbled upon an opportunity to travel to South America and learn from the yoga teachers that I had originally found yoga through a yoga channel on YouTube called Breathe and Flow. See, I've been doing yoga with them for over 4 or 5 years, and I originally found it thinking it would make me better at football, but when I realized the mindfulness component, how good it made me feel in my body, in my mind, I realized it was so much deeper than just a physical practice. And I also knew that I wanted to learn more from these people who had taught me so much just through their channel. And so the decision was, do I keep chipping away at an old dream, or do I walk through a new door into the unknown and see where it takes me? And you probably know the answer. I decided to walk through that door. I spent everything I had, like literally all my money. I packed my bags and I spent the next 3 months in Ecuador, Peru, studying, building up my mind through the practice of yoga. And I experienced a new world. I met the most amazing people, and I finally gained some clarity on what my purpose really is. The transformation was complete. I just got back a couple of weeks ago. I have no regrets about leaving football behind. I'm very happy with my decision, and my investment that accompanied that decision, because I found clarity and purpose. I found confidence in myself, love for others, and a passion to live life at my edge and touch as many lives as I can in the process. I'm not afraid to take action anymore, to take risks, and I'm even not afraid to walk away from things that don't serve me, even when it hurts. I finally have a new vision, and I'm taking the steps to make it reality, and that's why you're watching this video. It's time for me to go all in, and that's what this is. So I hope you'll follow me along this journey as I create content that is intended to change lives in a positive way. So like, subscribe, do all this stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.